The first thing that every employee needs to do is log into Callback Staffing. The easiest way to do this is to go to your internet service provider web browser and go to the address bar and type in www.callbackstaffing.com.
Once you get to the Callback Staffing homepage, find the Sign In button that is in the top right of the page and click on it.
Okay, everyone has a unique username, but for right now, everyone's password will be generic. Your username is going to be the same as your City of Rexburg email address minus the @rexburg.org. So, for example, Tyler's going to log into his Callback Staffing account, and his username is tyler.martin. The password is generic for everyone, and we sent you an email of what that is. In case you've forgotten, it's capital A, little b, little c, little d, little e, the number 1, the number 2, and an exclamation point. Okay, this is the Callback Staffing landing page. Everybody needs to go to about the top left-hand portion of the page and where your name is and click on the down arrow. And from there, we're going to edit your profile.
So once you're here, we'll look in the center of the page where it says user details, and we just want to make sure that we have all of your information in correctly. So make sure that your first name and your last name is correct, that your username matches your city email, and at this point you can also create a new password. The reason why the password that you guys had on your email was a little bit crazy is because you have to have a capital letter and little letters and numbers and a symbol. Once you get that done, make sure that your email is correct, and you can also put in a secondary email. So this one, for example, will go to my personal email and come right to my phone.
Okay, on the right-hand side of the page is your contact information. Make sure that your phone number that is listed there is your primary cell phone number. You can use a landline. However, we want to make sure that everyone has a cell phone number listed. It's just easier to send out notifications and callbacks to a phone that everyone carries with them. Next, we want you just to leave the callback method and notification method set the way you see them on the screen. Callback method should be phone call, and notification method should be text. The difference between these two is a callback is a shift opportunity, and a notification is information coming from the station in a text message. Pager ID, leave that blank. A pager ID would be if you carry around an alphanumeric pager, which I don't think anybody does. And the last thing is a PIN number. If you need to access the Callback Staffing system through your cell phone or through a landline, it's going to ask you for a PIN number to identify who you are. Right now, everyone's is set to 000, but you can set a unique PIN number by changing that information right there. The last thing is the notification settings. You can set a do not disturb time by putting a no contact period from one time to another. So for example, from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Right now, we'd ask that you just leave that unchecked. It's department policy to not contact you during the hours after 10 p.m. at night and before 7 a.m. in the morning. However, if we choose to do that, it would be because of an emergency. And that's why we ask you to not click on the do not disturb. The second two boxes should be clicked. You want to be able to receive callback emails, and you also want to be able to receive text messages when receiving a trade request. And we'll get into that a little bit more later.
The next thing that we want you to look at is on the far left here, right underneath your name. So it says Tyler Martin, and then there's titles, groups, and specialty classification filters. We want you to look at these and just make sure that they match what you guys do. So mine says full-time coverage, event coverage, and transports. If you are a paid call employee, it'll say paid call coverage. If you cover full-time shifts, it'll say full-time coverage. Then in groups, there will be different items. So you may be from B shift and full-time, or
station 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, exactly. And then specialty classifications is going to be what you are in the department. So if you're a paramedic, you're going to be listed as an AEMT and an EMT as well. Just in case different opportunities come up, everybody has a chance. So make sure to look at these. Make sure that if you're an EMT, it says EMT. If you're a pump operator, it says pump operator.
If anything seems out of the ordinary, that's when you need to contact a callback staffing administrator, which at this time we should let you know that those two administrators are Tyler Martin and myself, Troy Smiskin. Now that you've checked to make sure that your personal information is correct, I want you to go to the bottom of the screen to the green box. I want you to save all your information, and then we're going to log out and log back in just to make sure that everything you entered went in correctly. If you're able to log back in with your username and new password, congratulations. You've done the right thing, and this is the end of this video.